lovable, that will always affect the quality of the relationships you have. And if you date or marry or live with someone who thinks they are unlovable, it's very hard to have a really healthy, great relationship if the person you are with feels unlovable, or if you, at some deep level, think that you are unlovable. And more problems occur from people attracting the wrong relationship, staying in the wrong relationship because they feel unlovable. I see people in my office time and time and time again who are with the wrong person, and they're too scared to leave in case they won't find someone else. They say, well, we've been together for so long, what's the point? But everything changes when you know that you are lovable. And you see, lovability is essential to being happy. And I have many people who go, well, you know, I've never felt love. Being loved is just a foreign country to me. I don't know what love is. I've gone through my whole life never having had love. And Marilyn Monroe, bless her heart, somebody said to her once, Marilyn, what is this thing about you wearing those really tight dresses and dancing in front of all of those soldiers with everything hanging out? She said, and I'm going to quote her word for word, I need the whole world to love me. I must belong to everyone because I've never belonged to anyone or anything in my entire life, and I probably never will. And there was a girl who was beautiful, stunning, engaging. Everybody loved Marilyn except Marilyn. But you see, if you can't love yourself, nothing really matters. And so if you take a little kitten home or a puppy, it will run up to you and wrap itself around your legs and jump on your lap because it too thinks, hey, I'm just this cutest puppy, I'm this sweetest little kitten. Look how lovable I am. Of course, if you treat it badly, it eventually thinks, oh, maybe I'm not lovely. These people hit me, they kick me, and it will hide behind the fridge and not come out, because we are all born knowing with unshakable conviction that we are lovable. And then things happen and we begin to believe that we're not lovable enough, and sometimes that we are not lovable at all. And the things that happen are that the people that raise us start to say things like, well, why can't you be like your sister? She's so good. Why can't you be like your brother? He's so tidy or neat. Or why can't you be like your cousin? She eats all her food and she's not messy. And we come home with report cards and the parents go, well, why couldn't you get an A? Your sister got an A. And if you did get an A, why couldn't you get an A plus? I work with so many people who say, you know, I got 92%. And my parents said, why couldn't you get 100%? Your cousin gets 100%. And parents do that. They start to label children. This is the good one. This is the smart one. This is the pretty one. When you label people, you limit them. And even when you say to children, I love you so much because you're beautiful. I love you so much because you're clever. What the child hears is, oh, that's why you love me. And if I wasn't clever or beautiful, maybe you wouldn't love me. Many years ago when I had a little newborn baby and my friend had a newborn baby, we were just wildly in love with our babies. And we'd hang out all the time. And I noticed she'd say something to her baby. She'd go, I love you so much. Mummy loves you so much. You will never, ever find anyone that loves you like I love you. And after I'd heard her say it a lot, I just say, look, I don't want to interfere here, but I have women in my office who come in and they go back to their dad going, nobody will love you like Daddy. I love you so much. You will never, ever find anyone that loves you like I do. And you are programming your child to believe they will never again find that love. And it's better to say, I love you so much because you are so lovable, and all your life you're going to find people that love you like I love you because you're lovable. A very simple adjustment, but that simple adjustment changes. So you were born, I was born, everyone was born believing, knowing and feeling they are lovable. You know, a baby wakes up and thinks, well, it's 4 a.m., but I really think I'd like some attention now, or some milk or a hug. It doesn't occur to them they shouldn't wake up the whole house because they feel lovable. We are all born knowing we're lovable. It's very easy to make children feel they're not lovable. Look at what you did. You're a bad person. You're a naughty person. You did that and you did that. And children take it all on board, because here's the truth. When you're a baby, you must idealize your parents. We know from the minute we're born that our success, our ability to survive on the planet, is linked to one thing. Do our parents love us? If they love us, we will survive. And if they don't, we might not. And if you look at someone like Marilyn Monroe, who was abandoned by both her parents at such an early age, she always felt unlovable. Princess Diana, whose mother left her when she was 6, always felt unlovable. Everyone loved Diana except for Diana. Once your mother leaves, children then say, but if my own mother could leave, how can I be lovable? I work with people whose parents have died, and they'll say the same thing. But if my dad really, really loved me, he wouldn't have died. I work with adopted adults who say the same thing. I know you keep telling me that my mother loved me so much that she gave me up. But you know, I've had a baby. I could never give that baby up. I'd die before I gave that baby up. So therefore, I couldn't have been lovable enough, because if my mother really loved me, couldn't have parted with me. And you know this, that we start to have these beliefs. My parents didn't love me because I didn't feel loved, because they preferred my brother, my sister, my mother left, my father left. And we are very fragile when we're little, and we need to feel loved and lovable. And if we don't, we blame ourselves. It's too scary to think, well, my mum doesn't love me, she's an alcoholic. My dad doesn't love me, he's got bipolar depression. What children do is go, oh, I'm not lovable, and that's why my mother doesn't love me. It's why my father doesn't hug me. It's my fault. And now I'm going to try so hard to be better. I'm going to be smarter, nicer, kinder, prettier, and then they'll love me. But because it's not your fault, no matter what you do, it doesn't change anything. And then eventually those people buy into what I call the unspeakable truth. Oh, I guess I'm just not lovable. And then we go through life trying to find love, trying to make people love us. And it really doesn't work. When you have a sign on your head saying, please love me, it actually makes people reject you. When your sign says, I love me, and I know I'm lovable, and I can have a loving relationship with you, then people treat you differently, because you have to love yourself. You have to really love who you are, know you are lovable, believe you are lovable, and feel you are lovable, and then your life will change dramatically.
I've got no roots, but my home was never